Taking a look at 38.5. Everyone's got a red pen, right? Yeah? We'll worry about the highlighters later. Just make sure everyone's got a red pen to make their corrections. All right. Number 4. Now, number 4 had a lot of people confused because we didn't really take notes on fractions like this. But remember, if you don't know what to do, all you have to do is ask yourself, what am I doing to my variable? All right. B over 6. Are we adding 6, subtracting 6, multiplying 6, or dividing by 6 here? We're dividing. Whenever we see B over 6, that's just B divided by 6. What's the inverse operation of dividing? Multiplying. Right? So if we're dividing B by 6, and we want to cancel that 6 out to get B all by itself, we do the opposite. I'm going to multiply this side by 6, multiply that side by 6. It's the only operation that we don't write underneath our equation, but I'm going to still draw a line. 6 over 6 cancels out, leaving me with B equals 15 times 6. Anyone got that? 90, that's right. B is equal to 90. Thank you. B is equal to 90. Now, if you get an answer like that and you go, I don't know if that's right, I'm a little stumped there. I want to make sure it's correct. Here's what you can do, aside from asking me if it's right. If B is equal to 90, we can plug B back in to my numerator. 90 over 6 equals 15. And then check our work to see if that's right. If you guys remember how to do long division? So it's like 6 going into 90, right? 6 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract those. 9 minus 6 is 3. Bring down my 0. 6 goes into 30 how many times? 5 times. Look at that. 90 over 6 is equal to 15. Right? Just like we saw before, we get a true statement. So we know that my answer is correct. And it doesn't just work with a fraction problem like this. Any one of these problems, you can take the answer you got, plug it back in for your variable, solve it out, see if you get a true statement. All right? Questions about number 4? It's a great one to go over. Okay. Down to number 9. I'm going to split my equal sign. I've got variable term, constant, constant. So I want to bring this constant term over to the right. What's the inverse of minus 3? Plus 3. This is another great one to go over. I had some questions about this yesterday. Negative 3 plus 3 cancels out. Negative 8n is the same. And what is negative 91 plus 3? Is that 94? 88? Super close. What are we missing on that 88? Negative 88, right? Negative 91. Let's say you owe me $91, right? You are $91 in debt to me, and then you pay me $3 of that debt. Now you only owe me 88. So we're still negative, right? Obviously, this isn't something we could do on a number line because the number line doesn't go up to negative 91. But we can think of it like, here's negative 91. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. Negative 90, negative 89, negative 88 is where we end up. All right, so if you got a fraction here or anywhere, you shouldn't have gotten a fraction, okay? So we get negative 8n equals negative 88. Obviously, we divide by negative 8. Cancel out. What's my n value equal to here? Just 11, right? A negative over a negative. Those cancel to a positive. And 8 goes into 88 11 times. N is equal to 11. It's a great one to go over, whoever suggested that. Thank you. Questions on number 9. Anybody get number 9 right? Got 11? No, Preet, Gia, Giselle, Kamara. Good. Okay, perfect. Flipping over to the back, 3 more to go. Number 11 on the top. Ooh, another fraction. We got a little bit more going on with this one, though. I'm going to highlight this. X over 2, although it's not the prettiest, it's still a variable term. -4, that's constant. -8, that's constant. So naturally, I want these pink terms to combine. I'm going to bring that -4 over to the right. Inverse of -4 is +4. Right? We're left with x over 2 equals, what's -8 plus 4? -4, good. And now just like with that other fraction, if I'm dividing x by 2, the inverse of dividing by 2 would be to do what? Opposite of dividing? Multiplying by 2 on both sides. 2 over 2 cancels out. X is all alone. -4 times 2 gives me negative. Hey, there we go. -8. -8 right there for number 11. (18) and 20 I really like because they're kind of like our warm-up. We've got to combine like terms first. If we look at number 18, my only variable term here is 6v. So we're not going to do anything with that until it's time to divide at the end. I've got a 1, I've got an 8, I've got a 3. I'm going to combine these pink terms together. 1 plus 8 is just 9. Got 6v plus 9 equals 3 now. Now that those pink terms have been combined, I'm going to bring that plus 9 over to the right. What's the inverse of plus 9? -9, right? -9. Those 9s cancel out. 3 minus 9 gives me -6. Again, I'm right where we want to be. One pink term on the left, or sorry, one yellow term on the left, one pink term on the right. What's the last thing I want to do? Divide by what? 6. The reason why we divide by 6 is so these two numbers can cancel. 6 over 6 is just 1. If we have a 1 in front of our v, we don't need to write it. It's all by itself. But what's -6 divided by 6? -1, right? 6 over 6, like we said, is 1. But a negative over a positive always gives me a negative. Anyone get number 18 right on their own? Anybody make it that far to 18? Hopefully. Good. Okay, great. 20 is the same, almost the same exact thing. My one variable term is -2r. We've got an 8, 3, and a 3. I want to combine these pink terms first to get 11. I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides to get, what is 3 minus 11? Close, very close. 8, but -8, right? Because we have 3 and take away 11, now we're in the negatives. Divide by -2 on both sides. R is equal to, what'd you get for number 20? Anybody? 4, that's right. Great job. I appreciate those of you who stayed with me there throughout that. Questions I can answer before we turn this bad boy in? All right.